In previous God of War games 1 and 2, especially, we saw a lot of, on the disc, in the bonus features, a lot of kind of showing the stuff that was cut from the process, which it didn't seem like we saw as much of in God of War 3. I'm curious if just there was less stuff cut, or it was more kind of a decision this time around.
We cut, I wouldn't say we cut less. I think what we cut was
later.
Like rather than taking out a whole area, we'd make an area smaller. And to a certain extent, it might have made the game a little bit better because it made it tighter. But I didn't really want to lose like entire moments, but there were a couple big moments that we lost. We had a puzzle with this guy named Ixion. Strapped to this fan that was it was a water-based puzzle, and we had to drown him, and it was going to be a lot of fun. He was a really cool character. The inspiration was I don't remember his name, but it was the flying guy from The Road Warrior, and that was going to be a really cool puzzle. A lot of great dialogue in it as well.
Warrior. I see now. God.
The big cut was the end of the game, the three-way fight between Zeus and Gaia and Kratos, and like we had the whole thing working. I mean, it was just.
We had the whole thing mocked up.
No, the whole thing worked. The whole thing
worked, but it was not presentable. Polished.
There was
like,
nothing polished
game.
about it. There was just a ton of work that needed to be done, and I was kind of faced with a choice. It's like either we can have Poseidon and Cronos and this three-way fight at the end be half of what their potential is, or we can remove one of them and get the other two to their full potential. But it's something that needed to be done.
And like we said, because
at one point the labyrinth was 23 rooms or something like that. So it got smaller and smaller and smaller. And when you think about it, if it was 23 rooms, it would have been ridiculous. Yeah. So it was probably about the right amount of rooms. Maybe we could have used a couple more,
but many of these cuts did come later on, and even as much as the documentary stuff, we are very, it's unedited, it's very raw, it's very, what you see is what you get. We have to, in order to package the documentary, it's got to stop at some point and actually, and many of the decisions we made to cut stuff happened at a point where there was no way to get it into the documentary and still get the documentary done.
Night warrior. I see now. Oh, God.